Okay, so I'm here to do my review of 1 and 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. This series, I thought it wasn't really good. It really wasn't bad. It was kind of just mid, as the Zoomers would say. Uh, I didn't really go in expecting to see a lot of Vader. I knew Palpatine wasn't going to be in it at all. So maybe that's why I didn't think this series was that bad. I see everybody else like freaking the hell out. This is the worst series ever. It was okay. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that bad? It was basically, it's Obi Wan versus some random Inquisitor dudes. Well, you got the Grand Inquisitor, or well, a botched version of the Grand Inquisitor, and we get to see Obi Wan living the life that we kind of always imagine, like in this picture here, which I'm gonna show some pictures in this video. Really can't show video because DMCA, but basically we see Obi-Wan. He's living in a cave, worse than a prisoner, working some horrible job, and during the day, and he sleeps in this cave, and he's trying to talk to Qui-Gon, but we don't even see Qui-Gon. Like, Qui-Gon ain't talking to him. He's like, sorry dude, you're on your own. But he's like, master, you just never see Qui-Gon, which is kind of sad. I was hoping we'd see Qui-Gon. Doesn't happen. So we see that. Then the Inquisitors, well, before we get into Inquisitors, I also like to say, at the beginning, we get to recap the prequels, and there's like this little scene where we get to see inside the Jedi Temple, which I was not expecting, during Order 66, and you see the younglings trying to get away, and the stormtroopers are like shooting them, and or the clone troopers, and you see this Jedi lady, she's trying to defend them with her lightsaber. She's taking down like a ton of these troopers, and that lightsaber combat, I will say, is better than any of the shit I've seen in the sequels. Like, that was actually some pretty good stuff right there. So say what you want, but so far the combat in this series is better than the sequels, in my opinion. So you had that, but anyways, yeah. So we get into the Inquisitors. The Grand Inquisitor, for a guy who apparently didn't read any of the material, he did an okay job. He was okay. He wasn't good. He wasn't bad. He was kind of like the show. He was okay. But spoiler alert, he gets whacked in like the second episode, so we don't really get to see much of him, which is kind of disappointing because he had a pretty cool voice. He had like this, cool lightsaber twirl thing that he did. See if I got the GIF, right here, and he just gets whacked by this chick, the third sister, and I forget how you say this girl's name, Reva, or however you say her name. We'll just call her third sister, Reaver, and she's basically the main villain of this series. Basically, she gets most of the screen time, more screen time than anybody else, any on the dark side. So we'll put it that way. The third guy, this dude, he's pretty much useless. He doesn't do anything. Really, I mean, we haven't even seen him fight. All he does is basically argue with her and kiss his ass, but he's probably gonna end up following her because now he's whacked, and that's pretty much how that goes. And then we get to see the Organas, Bail Organa. It was cool to see him again. You get some of that nostalgia from the prequel time period, and basically they're brought into this because Leia gets kidnapped because she basically orders that some thugs to kidnap Leia. And it's very hilarious because Leia looks like she's 5 years old and she could barely run, and these thugs are trying to kidnap her, and she's like trying to walk. She's like walking away, and they can't catch her somehow. And it's one of the most unbelievable scenes in the show so far. But she's supposed to be 10 years old. I must say, she looks like she's 5, dude. I don't know when this is filmed, but she looks like she's 5. But it was okay. Like, well, I guess it does break canon because Obi-Wan wasn't supposed to go off planet. But the little girl who plays Leia was like, it was okay. She's an okay actress. I mean, the second episode she comes off a little too dumb for Leia when they were hyping her up to be smart. But it was okay. Especially for child acting, it was okay. So then at the end, we get to find out that Reva, the third Inquisitor, she knows that Anakin is still alive, and she tells Obi-Wan. And he's like, Anakin, and we get to see this epic shot of Vader in the tank, and he just looks like some straight out of a horror movie, and I mean he's really menacing looking, and that pretty much sums up the last two episodes. In Obi-Wan in this, he's very rusty. I will say that, and that's maybe one of the biggest problems I have with the Inquisitors is even as rusty as he is, none of them seem like a challenge for Obi-Wan, but we're supposed to believe that these people could challenge Obi-Wan. None of them seem like they could challenge Obi-Wan. None of them. Okay, especially this dude. Okay, it's not happening. And apparently she can read minds and stuff, but it's very like plot convenient. It only comes up when the plot demands it, and it's just even as rusty as Obi-Wan is, it's hard to believe any of these people could challenge Obi-Wan. Even the Grand Inquisitor basically said like they had to lock down the city and have like all their troops just to challenge him because they know Obi-Wan's reputation. And Obi-Wan, he is weaker in this, and a lot of fans are mad about that. It does actually make a lot of sense because Lucas said in the prequels the Jedi were in their prime. He basically said in the original trilogy they were washed up. So, a lot of people, they think he's supposed to be powerful because of what they saw in Rebels, but that really wasn't what Lucas had intended. So that kind of makes sense. But even as rusty as Obi-Wan is, he should be able to solo these three easily. So far, the biggest big problem the show has is you don't have a lot of Vader. He's maybe only up here in the last 2 episodes, and these 3 are the main villains, only 2 now. And neither of them seem like, intimidating enough to really be a threat to Obi-Wan, as rusty and old as he is. So yeah, I would say this series, it really wasn't good nor bad. It was just, as the Zoomers would say, mid. Yeah, so this is my review for 1 and 2. I look forward to the next 4 episodes. Hopefully it picks up. Really, I'm just hoping for the, again, it's going to break canon, but seeing that Obi-Wan Vader showdown is going to be something else. And yeah, so this is my review. I'm going to have a reaction to the Dragon Ball trailer out later because that's out. And yeah, peace out.